Hello, family, and welcome to a discussion video of Power Season 4, Episode 4. We're in this together. This discussion video is about Angela. Now, Miss Angela, we start off with her getting attacked by her own team. Angela's in the room getting attacked by these three men, and these individuals, Angela, she knows she can't trust them. She's already caught them willing to sell her out. They was going to give her up to get James in court, to get the conviction in James. So Angela had to always defend herself and prove herself to her own team. So she is kind of by herself in this. She has no one to lean on, no one for support. A support system with James St. Patrick, but he's incarcerated and he is the defendant. She also has her family, but she just pays tuition and takes care of her father's bills, but no real support there. So she is by herself. She was dealing with Greg, who's dead. Alright, so they all wanted to give James St. Patrick the death penalty, and Angela wants to see him in jail because she loves him. She doesn't want to lose him. She still wants to know he's out there. The death penalty is final. When they finally give him the death sentence and he goes in front of the hangman, it is over after that point, and that's not something she's willing to deal with at this point in time. All right, so they want her to see Tasha, but she really doesn't want to see Tasha. There's a lot of emotionally, that's a lot for her to take. Also, not thinking about Tasha, but just thinking about her, that's a lot to her to confront Tasha again. But she does see Tasha, and she tries to play it off when she does meet Tasha, like nonchalant. She leans up against the glass like this meeting doesn't mean anything to her. She's just having a casual conversation. But you can see Tasha's presence does have effect on Angela as we go through their discussion. And I also like to point out, I think that Angela sabotages this discussion partly because, well, despite of Tasha, her feelings towards Tasha, but also she doesn't want to face Tasha in court for her own emotional well-being. But I think that was a subconscious move. I don't think overtly she set out to sabotage the interview with Tasha. So Tasha goes on to, talk about she's not stupid, and Angela plays on that. Partly because Angela is hurt. She is there with the woman. She knew that Ghost was married to this woman when she was sleeping with Ghost. And if my memory serves me correct, before they slept together the first time, she found out about Tasha and the kids. Didn't stop her though. So she goes on and plays on how Tasha says she's smart, so she uses the word gullible. And just to make Tasha feel small. And she goes on to try to prove that Tasha is gullible by recalling the history of past events that occurred between James, Tasha, and herself. And how Tasha didn't know what was going on. She didn't know Angela was in the picture. She didn't know the extent of Angela and Ghost's relationship. Thus, by proving you're gullible. She starts laying out possible scenarios, and Tasha's looking at like, you knew that? And she tells Tasha she just took a guess, further driving home the point that Tasha's gullible. And even she hit her she tried to really stab Tasha when she said that when he was in the club and they tried to kill him, he came to see me that night. Not you. Me. So, Tasha declined her offer to deal. And I think subconsciously she sabotaged this interview and couldn't help but be on attack because she has all these feelings inside of her that she don't know how to deal with. And then you're sitting with the man who you love. You sitting there with his wife and trying to turn her against her husband, who you was messing around with. I mean, so I think this subconsciously, I think Angela just couldn't take this. This was too much to really ask of Angela. At most, she may have gotten Tasha to slip up and say something, but would that be admissible in court? Don't know. But I think that was very hard for Miss Angela to face Tasha, and I know she's hoping not to face Tasha again and not to face Tasha in court. And if Angela gets called on the stand, I know she's going to dread that. So that's why I think subconsciously she sabotaged this little meeting with Tasha, and Tasha could have came back with other comments of being a side chick and such home record, but she didn't. And I don't think Angela's like Ghost. She won't stop. She wants what she wants, and she doesn't care about the price. So she wanted James St. Patrick, and she didn't think about Tasha or her kids. So now you're going to come at an angle where we're in this together. Think about your kids. It's not a good look. All right. So, so then we have Angela thinking about Ghost being incarcerated. Now for Angela, this would be a nice ribbon. A nice scenario would be that Ghost gets incarcerated. She will feel clean. Greg is dead. The murder's away. She can feel okay about herself, because that's nice and neat in the eyes of law enforcement. But you have Proctor putting in her head that Ghost was innocent, that Ghost practically loves you and risks everything because he loves you. And she, in turn, what Proctor knows, but she doesn't know that Proctor knows, she risked a lot too because she loves Ghost. And so that's something that they also shared. And who knows, in her mind, she may be thinking if he can get clear of this, that they can pick right back up because it'll prove that he was innocent. So who knows what she's thinking, because this is so emotional, because this is not the normal circumstances when you would have an attorney on the prosecutor's side who's been intimate with the defendant, who's in love with the defendant. I mean, this is a lot emotionally, and I don't think realistically that they would pit Angela, on this case because of all these emotions, and because it's too easy when you're dealing with emotions for things to go wrong or to lose control, as we saw with Donovan. When he was just questioning about being a mole, he lost control for a second. This is really playing with fire because Angela knows the defendant intimately, really intimately. But when she gets to see playing in her head that Ghost may be innocent, she has to, because of who she is, she has to find out the truth. She always wants to know information. She always wants to know what's going on. She has that drive in her. She wants to know for herself. No matter what, she wants to know. So she looks through all that tape and she sees that Ghost did not store that weapon behind that bar. Now, because who she is, I believe she's going to do everything she can to get Ghost out of there, to correct that wrong, because he didn't commit that murder, so he shouldn't be punished for Greg. And if he can get her, if she is the one that can get him out, maybe her and Ghost could be together. And I think that's the angle that we're going to be looking at. So, and I think also, even besides the point of Ghost and her being together, will also help clear her conscience on this matter. All right, family, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. This ends the discussion of Angela. Leave your thoughts about Angela and her emotional state during this episode, and I'll talk to you later, family. Peace.